Okay, today I was explaining on the sustainable tourism, which on the chapter 1. Okay, the historical background, sustainable tourism, development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So this definition derived from the World Commission of Environment and Development, also called WCED. The chronological development. So the sustainable recognized as the potential impact of the booms in mass tourism. So what is mass tourism? Mass tourism is so-called a large development scale or large crowd area or mega development. So in 1980, because of this large development, it creates a negative impact to the environment. So in 1980s, um, the researcher come up with the idea of introducing the concept of green tourism, and in 1990s, the concept of sustainable tourism been accepted, and it slowly grows and acceptable by developed and developing countries. So the rationale of sustainable tourism is to encourage an understanding of the impact, especially on the natural, cultural, and human development. So number 2 is to ensure a fair distribution of benefit and cost, especially between the local people. And number 3, tourism generate local employment or job opportunity. Number 4, tourism stimulate profitable domestic industry, and tourism also generate foreign exchange for the country. And last one, tourism diversifies the local economy, particularly in the rural or the kampong area. The tourism industry and sustainable tourism. So basically, the sustainable expertise will advise the hoteliers on how to make their operators greener, including the energy conservation measure by recycling or waste reduction. So they will come up with a policy or manual to the hoteliers. Another industry is a transport operators. They also have focus on the environmental side and the sustainability. So all these awareness or method or what they call policies will come out from the normally will come out from the government sectors. Tourism industry and sustainable tourism continue. Okay, visitor attraction had also focused on the environmental dimension, or local community purchase supplies from small local businesses. So from this activity will create some kind of a multiplier effect, what they call multiplier effect spreading, right? Then we have a tour operators, so which minimize the negative social and economic impact of the tourism and maximize the economic benefit for the host community. When we talk about sustainable tourism, a few researchers or expertise come up with many terms. For example, alternative tourism, eco-tourism or eco-friendly tourism. Then they have come up with the environmentally friendly tourism, minimum impact tourism, soft tourism, responsible tourism. According to Poon 2001, there are 99 terms which is similar to the sustainable tourism. Okay, the principle of sustainable tourism, the approach more focusing on the policy, planning, and the management appropriately, and then try to minimizing or limiting the growth of tourism itself, um, focusing on the long-term and short-term approach. And the concern of sustainable tourism are not just the environment but also on the economic and social culture management. Okay, if you look at the diagram here, the scope of sustainable tourism, so it can be said that it's very holistic, very I mean broad. Okay, so um, if for example, public sector policies, uh, it relate to the conservation policies and practices. Sustainable tourism also relate to the industry, the tourists, the host community, operation practices, organization, wildlife, and resources used such as water, land, and food. So the conclusion of sustainable tourism is very broad and uh, difficult to focusing, especially in terms of uh, uh, environment part. It involve ecosystem protection. And the key stakeholder in sustainable tourism is the government sectors, the tourism industry, the NGO, the tourists, the local people, the expertise, and also the media.